Yes, I was sneaking around.
Right. You were sneaking around doing what?
Seeing other guys.
At first, it was two guys that popped up at our doorstep saying they were Avery's father.
What? In the court papers, it says that Ms. Malone is currently pregnant again.
Yeah.
Is there a question as to the paternity of this child as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is a mess. You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Mason versus Malone.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Good day. Mr. Mason, you say today will determine the future of your relationship with the defendant, Ms. Malone. You say you lost all trust when you set up a watchdog to keep tabs on Ms. Malone and discovered that she had men coming in and out of the house while you were at work. And now you believe 1-year-old Avery is not your daughter. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Malone, you admit to cheating on your boyfriend but are positive he's Avery's father. Today, you are hoping the DNA test will restore your relationship. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Malone, why are these results so important to you?
The results are real important to me because I really want to know if Avery's really mine or if she isn't.
And so, take me back. I want to understand the nature of this relationship.
Okay, when me and Miss Malone actually first met, we met on a website. I took her out on a date. We went to somewhere to eat.
So this started out as a regular courtship.
Yes,
You
Your
went on a date.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Malone, you had a great relationship in the beginning.
Yes, ma'am.
And then somewhere along the line, it started getting a little wishy-washy?
Yes, Your Honor.
What happened?
I found out that she was doing a lot of sneaking around when I was in the house.
What kind of sneaking?
Going through the alleys, meeting people.
In the alley?
In people's cars.
You were walking in the alleys, Ms. Malone?
Yes, I was sneaking around, in fact. But there was a break.
You were sneaking around doing what?
Seeing other guys. But there was a break because he wasn't showing me any attention.
We wasn't on a break at all. We wasn't on a break.
Were you
For
all
my knowledge,
committed?
we was in a relationship.
Your Honor, yeah,
still.
we've been on and off for 3 years now. Right now, we're off.
Are you living together?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're off, but you live together?
Yes, Your Honor. It's been like that.
How's that work?
It's real awkward. But I'm there for the kids, and because I still love Miss Malone. And I was hoping that we could work it out, but...
So that's why today's results are so important, because truthfully, when I say your relationship is on the line, it's more than just a relationship. It's your home. I mean, you all are still living in a home together.
Yes,
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you said she starts sneaking. Tell me what happened.
I had somebody tell me that she was going out the back door and down the alley to jump in somebody's car.
I was actually coaching a local cheerleading team in our city, and a guy had came to pick me up to take me to our game that we had that day. It was no relations. It was we were strictly friends, and that was it.
So can you see why he maybe was suspicious about you getting picked up in the alley if you also admitted you were sleeping with other people? Or
Yes, sure.
I mean, it's already confusing because he said he wasn't on break, but you said you were. That doesn't work.
Yes, Your Honor, but when we first met, I was young, didn't have any kids. I wanted to explore my options. It was, when we met, it was kind of forced.
When you say forced, what do you mean?
He moved in with us after probably a month or 2 months after we met.
No.
Moved in with you and, you say us?
Me and my family members.
Okay, you and your oh, he moved in.
Yes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So the bottom line is very quickly after you met, all of a sudden you were living together.
Yes,
Yeah.
Your Honor.
So when you say, Ms. Malone, it all just happened so fast, and I was young, I was 19 years old, next thing you know, I'm kind of in this relationship with a guy, but once he's living with me, then it kind of turned into more of a relationship than you expected.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I get it now. Now I understand where we are. So you all are in this relationship. You start feeling like she's sneaking around. When your court papers, you went with real detective.
Yes, Your Honor.
What happened?
I had a friend watching my front door who lived right across from where we lived at.
Oh, you had a watchdog, right?
Yes, Your Honor, every time I went to work. She blamed it on because me and her wasn't having any intimacy or anything like that.
Do you remember that confrontation, Miss Malone?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then what did you respond?
I told him that it was my father that came to the door. And he actually asked my father, and my father said, yes, I came over there that day.
Did your watchdog say that there were any other men, Mr. Mason?
Yes, Your Honor.
Really?
There were multiple.
Did he give descriptions of all of them?
No, Your Honor,
Yes,
it was
Your
not.
Honor. Yes,
No, it
Your Honor,
wasn't.
he actually did.
No,
Yes,
it wasn't.
Your Honor, he actually did.
When I cheated on Mr. Mason, we was having problems in our relationship. Because the simple fact he was not showing me any attention. He just wasn't being a man that I expected him to be.
Okay, so let me say this. When it comes to the window of conception, that's what's relevant as it relates to the paternity. So when you cheated, when you were out with this other person, was that during the window of conception?
Yes, Your Honor, it was.
It was.
Yeah.
All right. Now, when you were cheating, did you all use protection?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. When you cheated, did you also have an intimate relationship with Mr. Mason during the same window of conception?
Yes, Your Honor, multiple times.
Multiple times. All right. So then that's why we're here.
I woke up to a phone conversation about how much Avery and the other guy's child looked.
He doesn't think that the unborn is his.
I did it first until I found proof of doubt in Miss Malone's phone. This is your son. Don't he look just like you?
Your Honor, yes, I had doubt because at that time we were not together. We had broken up. And I was with this other guy.
You had moved on and you were now dating this guy.
She was having a relationship with him, but
and cheated on
him with me.
Him.
Oh my goodness. So does he know this child you're carrying could potentially be his?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is he the same guy that may be Avery's father?
No, Your Honor.
I think I've heard enough. I think we should go to the results. Jerome, please. We have results for Avery, and we also have the results for the unborn child since paternity is in question. First result is for Avery. In the case of Mason versus Malone, when it comes to 1-year-old Avery Malone, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Mason, you are not her father. What are you feeling in this moment, sir?
I'm mad, Your Honor. But I can't be really mad about something that I already knew.
Ms. Malone, this other person, have you asked him whether he would be interested in being a part of Avery's life?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
He has no interest. I think we need to move on to the unborn child. Now, in order for us to determine paternity, a prenatal DNA test was performed. A blood sample was drawn from the mother, and fetal DNA was isolated from the sample. Genetic analysis was performed, and a probability of paternity was generated. In the case of Mason versus Malone, when it comes to the child that Ms. Malone is currently carrying, it has been determined by this court.
Could multiple men be the father of your child? If so, call us toll-free at 855-TV-DNA-23. That's toll-free, 855-883-62.
To 1-year-old Avery Malone. Mr. Mason, you are not her father. How far along are you, Miss Malone?
I'm 6 months, Your Honor.
Is there a question as to the paternity of this child as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
case of Mason versus Malone, when it comes to the child that Ms. Malone is currently carrying, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Mason, you are the father. Well, this is a mess. You have to at least be committed to co-parenting and learning how to raise the children you do have together well, and learning how to be committed to leaving each other alone. If you're going to do that, and if you're going to be in a relationship, you need to figure out how to be committed in the relationship. But now you're going to have a complicated situation because Avery, father, is going to need and deserve the opportunity to be a part of her life as well.
Your Honor, if he doesn't step up, I'll still take responsibility.
And that is admirable. And I want you all to keep in mind as you go forward how complicated and this will seem to her. There's going to be a level of confusion that she will feel dealing with this, and you all need to be equipped and prepared to address it and to keep her in the forefront of your minds and attention as you're moving forward in this unit. All right? And be sensitive to that. We have counseling and resources for you. I want you to take advantage of it. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
I wish you the best of luck.
I wasn't with him. It's not cheating.
No. We're past the cheating part. We're on the paternity part.
Why didn't you bring it up a long time ago?
Because he didn't know you cheated, right?
Right. I'm not going to be with somebody who lied to me about my son.
And now your marriage is on the rocks. So the stakes are that high.
Yes.
These are photos that you're afraid she's also sending to men.
There's nothing wrong with that picture.
You asked Ms. McCrory to submit to a lie detector test.
Not sitting here.
Ms. McCrory. You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This case of McCrory v. McCrory.
Thank you, Ron. Good day, everyone. Mr. McCrory, after you and your wife received shocking results in this courtroom surrounding your daughter's paternity, you returned home and realized you have good reason to doubt your son, Keith's paternity. And now your marriage is on the rocks.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. McCrory, you claim your daughter's results surprised you, but you're confident your husband fathered your 3-year-old son, and you hope to prove it today. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
In your court papers, it says you all broke up for a few days around Keith's conception. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
You did?
Yes.
And so during that breakup, Ms. McCrory, did you sleep with anyone else? Were you intimate with anyone else?
Yes, I was.
Did you use protection?
No.
Had you ever told Mr. McCrory about this?
No, I didn't. Because I see it as that, why would I have to tell him if we're not together?
So you felt like we're broken
It's my
up.
business.
But when you get pregnant,
The bed wasn't even, like, cold. Like, it was, we just broke up. Like, I mean, if me and her, you know, if something happens to her and she dies today, I'm not going to have a new woman in the bed 3 days later because, you know, it's a death to us part. You know? The thing was, I couldn't get a hold of her. I called her, and for 2 days she ignored me. Finally, I get a hold of her, and there's a guy in the background, and she's claiming it's her brother, but the whole time we're together, he never comes over, and he lives 2 blocks away. And then when I say that to her, she's like, oh, well, my friends are here. I got to go. You know, we're just chilling, blah, blah, blah.
interesting. So while you're taking that break or you're broken up, you admittedly slept with someone else.
Yes, I did.
Without protection.
Yes.
But during the pregnancy with Keith Jr., you never told him, even after the birth.
No, because I just 1,000% know that's his child right there. That's his kid. It's going to come back. It's going to come back. It's his child. You can tell. Look at it.
And so you just felt like you didn't have to tell the whole truth because you were so certain Keith Jr.
Yes.
was.
And it's just, I feel that it's not, everyone's making it seem like it's cheating. I wasn't with him. It's not cheating.
No. We're past the cheating part. We're on the paternity part.
And, Your Honor,
We're on the part where you find out you're pregnant and you slept with 2. No, we're not on the marital part.
Well, the fact is, it's his kid. 1,000% sure.
You're that certain.
Yes.
But you were also very certain when it came to Nevaeh. I remember this attitude. I don't forget. You acted just like this the last time you were in court about Nevaeh.
Yep, but it wasn't it.
And it was not.
No, it wasn't. People make mistakes. It's like...
They absolutely
They do.
And that's why we're asking you, in this instance, Did you make any other mistakes? Were you in a position where you may not know who Keith's biological father is? I mean, Mr. McCrory is truly doubting you.
He didn't doubt it the whole time we were together. The whole time the kid's been born, he hasn't doubted that kid at all until this last case with Nevaeh. And then you're going to bring it up?
Honor?
Why did he bring it up a long time ago?
See, I didn't...
Because he didn't know you cheated, right?
Right.
He didn't know you... Let me rephrase. He didn't know you slept with someone else when you were broken up. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because you said the bed wasn't even cold yet.
Yes, Your Honor. And see, the thing is the potential father, she would promise him, say she'd send him pictures and stuff like that, but she said she promised me she wasn't sending him pictures.
What kind of pictures are these?
Your Honor, I have pictures that she puts on Facebook all the time. That, you know, some of them are old, but some of them were recent. I mean...
Let me see those, Ron, even though I'm not sure I want to.
I mean, Your Honor, these are not pictures that a husband would want on her Facebook. I mean...
So these are photos that you're afraid she's also sending to men.
There's nothing wrong with that picture.
Yes, Your Honor,
No,
I am. I mean, the first one was just... The first one was just, like, not too long ago.
And those pictures, I mean, I wasn't even with him.
The first
and that's
one
just pictures,
was like
those pictures have been on
less than
Facebook
6 months
for
ago.
years, and I don't do that stuff no more.
The first one was like probably like less than 6 or 7 months ago.
No, those pictures are not 6, 7 months ago. Those are
The one with the at the top that you just...
There's nothing wrong with
just
that
bought
picture.
Not
It's no
long
different
ago.
if a girl puts a bikini on and takes a picture on Facebook. It's a sports bra.
So, listen, Mr. McCrory, even though as a husband you may not want your wife posting these kind of photos, I don't think the photos alone are evidence that Keith Jr. may not be your biological child, but I do believe the fact that she admittedly slept with someone without protection, this guy, during the time you all were on this break, is reason to doubt.
Yes, Your Honor. This was supposed to be my friend and her friend. He comes over our house, he chills out, he would come to the house and drink with us and crash on the couch for the night.
And this is the person she slept with?
Yes, Your Honor. If she's lying to me and it's not my son, I'm not going to stay with her. I'm going to leave her. I mean, I'm not going to be with somebody who lied to me about my son.
So the stakes are that high?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long have you guys been married?
We've been married for 3 years, been together for 4.
Really? And so you all are raising these 2 children together. You have this beautiful son. You love him dearly.
Yes.
But now you have questions regarding his paternity.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so now the marriage is on the rocks. You have absolutely no trust now.
Yes, I know.
He's not really one to talk. Well, it's like, how would I know what he's doing for the 4 days? He could have been doing something.
I never...
He was chatting with girls.
Well,
with them.
you know what, Ms. McCrory, you're right. But if you haven't heard about any babies being born as a result
How do I know?
of it,
You know, you never know.
But I'm saying you wouldn't.
Not with him.
If you do, you're welcome to come back. But in this instance, we're talking about Keith Jr. I mean, that's why we're here. Because
you shouldn't even be here right now.
there is at least one other possible father for Keith Jr.
Not to me, no. He is his father.
Well, we've heard.
My name's on the birth certificate. I have that with me here today.
You brought the birth certificate?
Yeah, I got a copy of it.
Let me see that. Ron, can you hand it to me?
I mean, and I was excited when Keith was born. I've always wanted a son that I can give my last name to that can share that bond of a junior and that can pass that on to his son.
The truth is, because she did have unprotected sex with somebody else, it's possible that this little boy is not yours.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's been eating away at you.
Yes, Your Honor. Going through all this, Your Honor, it made me kind of think about things like, I mean, there was a time and period.
I'm not sitting here.
Miss McCrory, give yourself a minute and then come back in. Let's finish this case.
I'll get you a tissue to wipe it.
Mr. McCrory, this is the reason why you asked the court for a lie detector test.
Yes,
because you don't have any trust.
I don't have any trust.
Come on back in. What's making you so emotional, ma'am?
Because it's his kid.
And what, you just feel like you're getting... You're beat down by the accusations, or what, you have so much on you because everything didn't turn out the way you thought with Nevaeh, then you come back home.
Yeah, because I feel bad that I don't know who her dad is.
And that case, you feel like, affected the way your husband feels about your son.
Yes.
And that's upsetting you.
Yes, it does.
You know, I would think that way. I mean, like I said, like in the beginning it was positive, this one, but there's other options. And then towards the, like, at the time of court and after court, it was bouncing back and forth. You know, let's write this person, let's write that person. And then talking to, you know, the possible, of Nevaeh, you know, the possible father, writing back and forth about your kid looks like my kid.
Of course I'm going to do that when I'm trying to find out who her dad is. She has a right to know, just like he has a right to know, but she's going to look stupid because it's his kid.
But we're in court today talking about Keith Jr. And the truth is that there is at least one other possible father for Keith Jr.
Not to me, no. He is his father.
Well, we've heard this before, Miss McCrory, and it didn't turn out the way you said, and that's what is making him so nervous. He literally has tears in his eyes in this moment, and he's worried. You act like you don't care.
I do
But
care.
he's worried. You asked Ms. McCrory to submit to a lie detector test. The lie detector...
The other thing that makes me nervous is that the other possibility is still on her Facebook today.
So it concerns you that she's still in contact
Yes.
with this person.
Well, I'm going to obviously be in contact with the person. I tried to tell him about it just in case it wasn't, but I know 1,000% sure he's the father. He's going to look stupid.
So, Mr. McCrory, you asked Ms. McCrory to submit to a lie detector test. We have administered that lie detector test, and I have the results for you. Would you like to hear them?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ron, the envelope, please. These results were prepared by a licensed polygraph examiner. Before I read these results, Ms. McCrory, what do you expect that we will find out?
The truth. On it all. I'm not lying about anything.
Okay. Ms. McCrory, you were asked from 2013 until the present, have you slept with anyone other than one man you admitted to your husband? You admitted that you did.
Yeah, I did.
Who is that person?
To someone else. It was mistakes when I got together, so he shouldn't be able to shake in his head because he's no better.
All right. Ms. McCrory, you were then asked if you sent racy pictures to anyone other than your husband in the last 4 years. You admitted that you did. Ms. McCrory, you were asked if you had sexual intercourse with the other possible father of Keith Jr. other than the 2 times you previously admitted. You said no. The lie detector determined you were being deceptive.
What? What the heck is that?
Lying.
No, that's not. That don't make no sense.
So is there anything you'd like to add? Do you have anything you want to share? Do you want to share with your husband? Maybe something you haven't told him to let him know that you're trying to be truthful.
I am truthful. I've been truthful. Well, I mean, other than that lie, I'm not gonna. I mean, it's not. It's not really a lie, because it's like we weren't together. I mean, we got back together. Why should I have to tell him?
Maybe because the child he thinks is his child may not be?
No, I'm 1,000% sure it's his child. I'm not worried about it.
He literally has tears in his eyes in this moment, and he's worried. You act like you don't care.
I do
but
care.
He's worried.
I do care.
You have an interesting way of showing it.
I do care.
What are you feeling in this moment, Mr. McCrory?
Like, hurt. I mean, just confused. I mean, I don't know, like, where the trust is here. You know, I've even had somebody come up to me in a grocery store and, you know, just laugh at me, say, oh, you're with Rose. And I say, yeah. And he's like, I slept with her, you know, a few months back.
No, that's not true.
And, you know,
I never slept with him.
She says that he's just saying that he wants to sleep with her, that she never touched him. He hung out before I was in the picture. So
after you hear these results, do they further compound the doubt you were feeling when you walked into this courtroom today?
Yes, Your Honor, they do.
Do you understand how this led you to this point in your marriage, Ms. McCrory? Do you get it?
I get it. It's just I don't understand, like, why we're even here.
Wow.
Because
I want a son that I can actually see, that I can play baseball with. I mean, I still love my son, and I'm still there for him. But I want to raise my son, Keith. I want to give him my last name and have him give the junior on to his son to play ball with him, to, you know, toss the baseball, you know, play sports with.
And I can see from the tears in your eyes that the fear that that may not ever happen.
Yes, sir.
It's bothering you. I can tell. I understand. Ms. McCrory, do you understand his fear at all?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I can understand his fear a little bit. I mean, because if I slept with somebody, possibility, okay, maybe it is, but it's just, I believe 1,000% it's his child. He looks just like him.
And the thing that she doesn't get is I should have been able to make that decision. I don't think it's, you don't think it's his, it's possibly yours. I should have been able to hear that. We should have been able to get through that. It should have been, you know, hey, 2 weeks ago, there is a possibility. I did do this, you know.
I understand. Well, you know what? That's why I'm here, to bring clarity to a cloudy situation. Ron, I'm ready for the envelope.
Yes, ma'am.
These results are prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of McCrory versus McCrory, when it comes to 3-year-old Keith McCrory Jr., it has been determined by this court, Mr. McCrory, you are the father.
Yeah, I told you so.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm happy for you. You have a beautiful little boy. You have Nevaeh. And you're married. For better or for worse, this may be your worst. I want to talk to you all in my chambers. I do. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Yes, Your Honor.
Meet me there. Court is adjourned. Well, I'm glad we were able to get closure and clarity on the paternity issue as it relates to Keith Jr. And we can move forward on that note. But there was yet another situation. You talked during the court case about this second gentleman, this other gentleman you thought could potentially be Nevaeh's father. Am I correct?
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, I can. I met Mr. Bowser through online, and then I invited him over, and then we ended up having sex. And then I just, kind of just talked to him here and there through Facebook, and then we lost touch because I moved.
All right. Now, we have done a paternity test on this gentleman, and we've also spoken with him.
I'm really hopeful that the test results will show that I'm not the father of baby Nevaeh. I don't really believe she's mine. I can't wait for the DNA results to come back and show that I'm telling the truth, that she's lying.
Are you ready to hear the results?
Yes, I am.
I have them for you right here. These results, again, were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of McCrory versus Bowser, when it comes to 3-year-old Nevaeh McCrory, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Bowser is not her father. I'm very sorry. Let me say this about you, Miss McCrory. There's a part of you that just wants to get this answer for your little girl. And that's why you're going through this. And I have to say that I commend you for loving your child that much. And in the meantime, Mr. McCrory, you are going to be her best example of what a dad can be. We say in this courtroom, it takes DNA to be a father, but it takes love to be a daddy. And we know you love her. We have counseling and resources for you. We hope you take advantage of it and take care of the beautiful children, all right? And work on that marriage.
Thank you.
All right? Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.